Yeah. Yeah, you may need to adjust these volumes though, because it was really loud.
So she can hear everything but me, just like at my house.
Margaret, can you hear me?
You can leave it here and I can give it to you.
Oh, she told me to put it in her office.
Oh, okay.
No, just Mike.
So you're staying for the whole meeting though, right? Or are you done?
I'm here till, I guess, till the meeting's over with.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
So you
OCD.
Oh, okay. And we can put it in there when we're done.
So we're having some technical issues, and I apologize I was late. I was actually locked out. So, Margaret, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. Wanted to make sure you could hear us. So I'm going to go ahead and call the meeting to order.
Was it 5?
Nicole, will you please do the roll call?
Mr. Blair?
Present?
Mr. Chancho?
Here.
Mrs. Grosh?
Here.
Mrs. Gutierrez?
Present.
Mr. Hall?
All right, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation.
Justice for all.
Just a reminder, this meeting is being live streamed, so please turn on your microphone when speaking, and all guests addressing the board will have 3 minutes for public comment. Are there considerations of additional agenda items? All right, we're at public comment. Comments by members of the public shall be made only during the public comment portion of the meeting and shall be limited to 3 minutes per individual and 5 minutes per group, unless additional opportunity is given at the board's discretion. Each member of the public wishing to speak will be asked to fill out a form indicating name, address, and agenda item to be addressed. So at this time, I have one person who's signed up to discuss an issue. Mr. Finnemore, please come on up.
Good evening to the board, to staff. Appreciate you guys letting me come up and talk. Got a major concern that took place. I don't know if it's going to be covered under the new business, but you know, a while back I'd asked if we could have a public comment towards the end of the meeting so that if something came up, we could address that. But we've only got the public comment at the beginning. So with that being said, I need to bring this up now. It might be repeated later. Something that I started working on clear back in last October was the concern for Cammonish Park, making sure that the water is protected at the springs at the far west end of the property. I talked to the city of Westminster, talked to the builders. They assured me that it wasn't going to happen. Well, they got into the wetlands over there, and now then one spring is still flowing fine, but there's less than half of the water coming out where they put the new storm drain in. They replaced the new drain into the old right-of-way. So when they did that, they got into the water table, and now then the water's not flowing like it used to. I've talked to the city of Westminster about that and also talked to Alan, so he's aware of it. But we're hoping that eventually it will come back, but if not, we're screwed. We don't have near the water coming down into that first pond that we did have before they did the construction. I did put Westminster on alert on that, and we're going to have to continue to watch that. So that's a big problem and a screw up we've had in the construction over there so far. Secondly, the construction teams over there let water come down through the storm drain and put at least 6,000 pounds of mud down into Elk Creek. It's literally, 2 feet deep. And it goes all the way from where the storm outlet is all the way into that first pond. So there again, they assured me that that right-of-way wasn't going to be affecting the water. So now then, it has been turned into the health department. So we're going to have an environmental study done on that, and the health department's is involved. So I don't know if you guys knew about it, but I just want to make sure that everybody's aware of it. So I've contacted Federal Heights. Alan knows about it. Westminster knows about it. I know about it. Art knows about it. Now you know about it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jim. We are aware of that, and we appreciate you bringing it back up to us. Thank you. All right, we're at introductions and presentations. There aren't any, are there? No, that's okay. No introductions and presentations, right? Okay. All right, looking for a motion to approve the treasurer's report from February 2025.
I move that the Board of Directors of Highland Hills Park and Recreation District approve the February 2025 Treasurer's Report as presented.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion on the February 2025 Treasurer's Report.
Comments from staff? The results after 2 months?
No, I think what you see in the financials is a reflection of the weather that we've had. So this time of year, primarily our opportunities for making a lot of revenue are weather dependent. So the golf obviously is down a bit, but it's nothing that we're worried at all about. It's kind of seasonal comparisons.
Margaret, if you have any questions, you're going to have to give me like a high sign or something.
Okay, Warren, I don't have any questions. I heard Yvonne's response. I don't know if anybody else responded to Mike's question, though.
I didn't hear your question.
No. There was no other response.
Okay, great, thank you.
Okay, all those in favor of approving the treasurer's report as presented, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Looking for a motion for the approval of the meeting minutes from the board meeting March 11th.
Mr. President, I move the Board of Directors, Highland Hills Park and Recreation District approve the minutes of the board meeting of March 11, 2025 as written.
A second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion on the minutes. Hearing none. Those in favor of approving the minutes from March 11th, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Is there any communication and correspondence to the board? No? Yvonne, we're at the Executive Director update.
Thank you, Mr. President. So you all have a copy of my report for the month. I just was going to point out a couple of items there. Obviously, as we're in April, we are what we call go time right now. So hiring is fully underway. Parks are getting irrigated. It's just the time of year where everything kicks into high gear. We're really happy with the pool of applicants we've had. We're having a very successful hiring season at Waterworld, which you all know we hire about 1,000 kids for that. One thing that we are going to do different this spring is we are moving the location of our annual Easter egg hunt and changing the format. So where it's traditionally been held at our ball fields, where we throw a bunch of eggs out on the field and we let all the kids go, and it lasts for about 30 seconds. We're moving it to adventure golf this year, and it's going to be more of an interactive event with the kids that will be a longer, more meaningful, we hope, event. So just want to let you know that that's the way it's going to go this year. It's the Saturday before Easter, and we're really looking forward to it. We think it could be a very cool event for the community. So as a reminder, that's a free event to the community. Everybody's invited. You don't have to pay for it. You don't have to reserve time. You can just drop in and enjoy the event with the kids. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Working through projects, as you know, and I've got them laid out there. The other big thing that we have for this spring, obviously, is the board election. So we have 4 candidates for 3 seats. The election date is actually May 6th, but that is a mail ballot election. Those ballots will go out on April 14th to every registered elector in our district. So everybody who's registered to vote, who wants to vote, will have the opportunity to vote. They will return the ballots to the contractor that we've hired to run the election for us, but we will also have opportunities for people to drop them off in election lock boxes at 3 locations. 2 locations and then 1 location here. So certainly if you have any questions from the community, let us know. We will post those locations on our website and help anybody that needs help with anything having to do with the election. So looking forward to that. And other than that, just happy to answer any questions that you all have.
Thank you, Yvonne. KPI report.
I might just offer up there again, you're going to see similar what you'll see in the financial report, right? A lot of the things that are changes are weather related, decreases in play at the golf course. So, nothing really alarming on the KPI report for us.
Other media engagements down 6.2 million, is that right? Versus prior year?
It should be down 1.2. Are you looking at the more updated version?
No. Let's see here.
The one with the big yellow highlight through it? That's the most recent version. We did have an error on that one, so we corrected it.
Okay. Got it.
There you go.
There it is.
Golf rounds played up 3,625. March was a good month for golf, huh? The weather cooperated.
No closed days, first time ever
Oh, wow.
that we've seen
Wow.
in March.
Cool.
Any other questions? Thank you. Allison, we're now at your legal report.
Good evening. There's a legal report in your board packet. Happy to answer any questions.
Seems like for most companies, the employee handbook's always constantly under review every year.
Yes. Especially the last couple of years, there have been so many changes to Colorado employment law, although it seems to be slowing down, but starting during COVID. So, yeah, always updates to be made there.
And since you brought it up, Mike, we will be bringing back a new, or a revised version to the board and ask you to approve that at the May meeting. So just kind of putting you on notice, we will get that out to you well ahead of time because it's not a short document. Give you time to review it and ask us any questions, but that will be an item on the May agenda.
And Yvonne, would that also include the bylaws at that time? Are we getting closer to those?
It may include that as well.
Any other questions? Thank you. Old business? All right, we're at new business. Water World Voyage to the Center of the Earth Sprinkler System Upgrade. That sounds kind of ominous.
It does.
I don't think the sprinkler system goes to the center of the earth, I hope.
Yeah, we're just protecting the dinosaurs. So, all good.
I am looking for a motion.
President, I move the Board of Directors, Highland Hills Park and Recreation District award the bid to Redland Fire Solutions in the amount of $172,080 to replace the sprinkler system in the voyage to the center of the earth buildings and authorize the executive director to execute the contract on behalf of the district.
A second.
So we have a motion and a second. Discussion regarding the sprinkler system to the center of the earth. Hearing no questions, we have a motion. So let's vote on approving that. All those in favor of approving that motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Motion passes. Looking for a motion on the integrated project delivery design contract.
I move that the Board of Directors of Highland Hills Park and Recreation District approve the integrated project delivery contract with Arco Murray in the amount of $874,745 for the design and GMAX pricing for the World Traction Replacement Project and authorize the Executive Director to execute the contract on behalf of the district.
Second?
So we have a motion and a second. Questions or comments about the integrated project delivery design?
No, I just want to say thank you for the study session and scheduling that. That was very helpful.
I wanted to add that as well. I concur that the study session we had about the integrated project delivery bid, how everything was shaking up and moving forward, I think that was really critical for the board to understand which direction we should go or could go on this whole project. So thank you to everybody in this room that worked on it and to the board members for their time and energy in understanding it. Hearing no more questions or comments, there's a motion. Now we will vote to approve the integrated project delivery bid. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Looking for a motion on the Water World Design and Engineering Agreement.
I move that the Board of Directors of Highland Hills Park and Recreation District approve the Water World Design and Engineering Agreement with ProSlide Technology Incorporated in the amount of $150,000 and authorize the Executive Director to execute the contract on behalf of the district.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Questions or comments on the motion to approve the attraction complex design and engineering? I would say this is similar to the previous one in that we did spend a lot of time at the study session getting up to speed on why this was a critical part of our next part of the integrated project design. So thanks once again. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, looking for a motion to reschedule our regular meeting of Tuesday, May 13th, and reschedule for Tuesday, May 27th at 5:30 PM.
Second?
I guess I made the motion already, huh?
You did, well, I think you did.
Kinda. All right. We can work with that. So we have a motion and a second. Any discussion about canceling the regular meeting of May 13th and rescheduling for Tuesday, May 27th?
I do have a question. Why did we do the day after Memorial Day? Could we move it to the 20th?
Oh, wait, what?
So, Margaret, we talked, actually, the President and I talked about this. Having the meeting on the 13th, we won't have the final results from the elections because the overseas ballots are not due until the 14th. And so we thought it would be a good idea to move the meeting. We talked about the 20th, but again, because we have a little bit of uncertainty, we have a board member that's out of town on that meeting, so we felt like the 27th was the best date that the entire board would be here, however that new board looks, and could administer the oaths of office and then select officers for the new board. We wanted to make sure that all board members would be in town for that meeting.
We also wanted to make sure that if there's a recount needed, that we have enough time for that.
I may not be in town for that, but I can see if I can change travel plans.
Any other questions?
I would be virtual that meeting. I don't believe I'm in town on the 27th. But it's not a question, I guess it's a comment.
We just, again, we normally have the meetings on Tuesdays, given the various factors with the month of May. Would it make sense to maybe have it on a day other than a Tuesday that may be more accommodating to staff needs and current board members' needs?
Yeah, we can certainly look at it. We didn't realize that there would be these other constraints to it. So maybe what we do is cancel the meeting of the 13th for now, and then we can reschedule another meeting without doing it at a board meeting. Is that acceptable, Allison?
No. We should do it tonight.
Should do it tonight. Well, get out your calendars, folks. Margaret and Don, are there any days that week that would work for you guys? Of the week of the 27th?
Yeah, so I can change my plans to be there on the 27th, or, so I think I would prefer the 28th.
I have a conflict on the 28th and the 29th.
Warren, the week before that, would your schedule allow it?
I do not come back into the country until the 25th. So I think Don had a conflict, but he thinks he can overcome it by getting on virtually. Margaret, you might have a conflict, but could you join it virtually as well? on the 27th?
Could I join on the 27th virtually?
Correct.
Yeah, or I could be there in person. I could, so right now as it stands, I wouldn't be there in person unless I could change my schedule. And so, I could be there virtually as well.
So it sounds like March 27th is still the best night for everybody.
I'm fine, yeah.
So we'll go ahead and vote. All those in favor of canceling May 13th and rescheduling for May 27th, say aye.
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 Any opposed?
So May 27th?
Motion carries. Our next meeting will be May 27th.
Oh. That's,
All right, we're at the Board of Directors Committee update. Bylaws Committee, we're still in process on that one. Capital projects?
Well, again, we had a capital projects meeting on Tuesday, March 25th. There was approximately 13 projects we covered. I have little notes in each one, just brief little highlights. Disc golf pedestrian bridge is ordered. It'll be made of steel frame, concrete deck for the installation late summer. Clear Creek Valley Bike Path, about 6.2 million, but Grand City matching, Arvada, and so on. CCBP shelters, almost finished. Sports complex phase 2 on schedule, open for use. Minor punch list. Carl Park Butts phase 1 in with the city of Westminster for review. Responded, permits next. Berkeley Hills Park, no change at the time. Comanche Park master plan done. Uplands development, Comanche Park, working on the trail. Golf driving range project, preliminary planning. Proposal was presented, but it's a draft and so on. So, Waterworld front entry and Calypso Cove project, we've covered that off this meeting. Commissioners and Rotary Park, my notes say planning, projects in fall, winter. EV charging station mini grant, no updates at this time. Spring Adams County grant cycle. Working on a mini grant for pickleball courts at the fitness center. Learn to swim pool grant with about 70% matching. And that's about it.
We have a Finance Committee report next.
We haven't met since the last board meeting.
That's an easy report. All right, Lease Committee.
we have nothing to report at this time.
All right, Board of Directors open discussion, including the foundation update. I will talk a little bit about the upcoming golf tournament is coming, so encourage all of our Board of Directors to donate silent auction items, get a foursome together, volunteer to help out in some capacity for the foundation golf tournament, and it should be a lot of fun. So that is working. We're meeting once a month, and we'll meet more as we get closer. Any other open discussion? All right, Margaret, I did not ask Mike or Danny to give the board meeting action recap, so I've been trying to pay attention to it. I don't see anything that we need to whip around and say we've asked Yvonne or somebody else to look into.
I concur. I don't have anything.
All right. With that, it means that we are at the end of our meeting. So the meeting is adjourned. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
That was record-breaking.